Welcome to Black Travel and Culture again. This has been a day. I'm not even going to lie. Today has been a day. But we are going to get into the top countries where Black Americans feel safe outside of the US. Um, some of you tuned in, and the speaker was off, the mic was off. And so you saw my lips moving, but nothing came out. Anywho, I am Kim, aka Kim with the Gems. Welcome back to Black Travel and Culture. This is the finale, the Black Travel and Culture finale. I did a live earlier today discussing the changes to the channel, and one of them is the name. Black Travel and Culture will cease to operate beginning August 1st. However, the mission will still stay the same, and the content that we cover will still stay the same. We will discuss health and wellness, travel and finance, money moves for the Black culture from a Black point of view specifically. But the name will just be my name, Kim with the Gems, period. As like I said, most of you know who have subscribed or seen my other videos. It was Black Travel and Culture, and I am Kim, aka Kim with the Gems. Well, now we're just gonna go with Kim with the Gems, and you could watch the video that I did earlier to find out exactly why. But today we're just gonna talk about the safest countries where Black Americans feel safer. Well, the countries where Black Americans feel safer than the US. And there were three areas of the criteria that we looked at. There were three pillars that we looked at, and cost of living, safety, and community were the top three. Well, the main three outside of ease of getting residency. So each country that we're going to go over, of which there are 9, has a different process. Some are easier, some are more difficult, but they are doable. And so those are the only countries we are going to cover. And so why, you may ask, are we looking to do this now? Like I said earlier, the political climate is a little tense, and we are still hearing in the news about too many Black men and women who have unfortunately suffered unalivings at the hands of people that were here to protect us, right? So we are looking for places where we can kind of scratch that off the list, right? So let's just get into it. The first country that I am going to cover is my little piece of heart, Mexico. So Mexico has quickly become my home away from home. It is someplace that I plan to spend a lot more time in starting next year. And it's someplace that I love to help people in the process to getting their residency. In 2022, I got approved. Well, I did everything on my own for the initial process. So in 2022, I got approved for temporary residency in Mexico. And then in 2023, December 2023, I got my renewal for the next 3 years. After 2027 or during 2027, I am able to get permanent residency. And the process is truly not as bad as some people make it out to be. Now, everyone's case is different. There are, different factors, from economic solvency to marriage to, there's a whole lot of factors that go into getting residency, but it's really not as difficult as some people, not everyone, have made it out to be. Now, I truly believe that Mexico is a great place to raise a family. Now, Mexico is a huge country with tons and tons of states within that country. And so there's something literally for everyone. You can, if you like the beach, there's coastal, right? If you like the desert, there's that. If you like the mountains, you have that as an option as well. So weather-wise, you have something for everyone. Um, the the hardest part, I think, in people finding out how to get their residency is all of the information that's out there, just trying to siphon through that information. And so, for those of you that don't know, I also consult with people who are interested in doing it themselves the first go round, or if they're not interested in doing it themselves, I have a list of contacts for different areas, different states where you can tap into and hire somebody, and communities that you can tap into that can help as well. But from a cost of living standpoint, it checks the box. From safety, you hear a lot of bad information. There's a ton of bad information out there about the safety of Mexico. I truly, and you hear it from a lot of people, feel so much safer there than walking the streets of New York or even walking the streets of Miami. And so, with that being said, it checks the box of safety for the most part. Now, you definitely need to know where you're going, and you definitely have to be in the right areas. So I would just say, if you're going to uncharted territories and you don't know much about it, you just have to be safe. You have to, if you don't speak the language, I recommend you don't doing that. You don't do that. But if you know, if you plan your trip, and if you plan the type of areas you want to stay in, then you should have no problems. So the cost of living check, safety check, community check, in each and every one of the areas that I recommend. So from the Puerto Vallarta to even Cabo, Mexico City, Guadalajara. Also, if you go to the East Coast, where there is my favorite area, Quintana Roo, so Cancun, Tulum, Puerto Morales, Playa del Carmen, the list goes on. If you stay in those areas, excuse me, those areas offer a wealth of things to do, and check all the boxes, basically check all the boxes of cost of living, safety, and community. And they're thriving communities. These are not just communities that you may hear from once every 6 months. These are communities that are active on a daily basis to help newbies come to terms with their move, and to help them with every aspect of it, as well as people who have been there for a while and who have families and they want to integrate and have activities and things like that. So let's just move on to the next one. Again, like I said, we're not going to be here a long time. Panama. And what I plan to do is I'm going to enter the experts in these other cities or countries that I recommend. If you have more questions about these places, their YouTube channels, a wealth of information. Some of them have relocation packages that you can, talk to them and hopefully get your questions answered. But Panama also, from the cost of living to safety to community, there is a thriving community of Black immigrants and Black expats in Panama as well. Portugal. Portugal is also on the list. Now, a year ago in July of 2023, we did a series on the Black Travel and Culture TikTok channel. I'll insert that as well. I think I've already inserted it. So if you want to check out more details as to why these places have made the list, go ahead and check out Black Travel and Culture on YouTube. There's a playlist called, I think, Places We Feel Safe. Check that out for more information. So Portugal is also on the list. There is a woman named Driven Spice, I want to say is the name of her YouTube channel. She's been in Portugal for, I don't know, I'm going to say 5 to 7 years. And her channel is all about how to move to Portugal, things to look out for, the changing landscape, because just like with the US, there's always changes in the requirements and the qualifications to get your residency. Driven Spice, I'll add her YouTube channel as well. Check her out. And again, Portugal checks off, well, cost of living is increasing everywhere, but still, comparatively to most major cities in the US, you are going to fare better there than you would here. And so, cost of living, safety, again, you don't have to worry about your children just being children. You don't have to worry about, safety officers coming in and you not knowing what's going to happen, if you call them for help. And so Portugal, a beautiful city, you have Porto, you have Lisbon, you have options in Portugal. Then moving on to the next one is the Netherlands now. I love the Netherlands, specifically Amsterdam. Oh, and do me a favor, when you get a chance, hit the like button. If you're watching this later, please hit the like button. It will help get this video out to more people who have interest in this information. And it doesn't cost a thing, right? And if you have any questions, feel free to, ask them below, and I will direct you in any way that I can. But let's get back to the Netherlands. So the Netherlands, another huge country. Amsterdam specifically, diversity is what they're known for. Now, we all know all of these places have a bad history with colonialism. We're not talking about the history. We're talking about today, right now. Where do we as Black Americans feel safer than the US? Right? And Amsterdam and the Netherlands is high on the list. There are tons of resources that I will also try to include in the description. Not tons of them, but I'll select one of the most popular resources on YouTube, and I will be sure to share that as well. Let's go ahead to Colombia. The country of Colombia is another place where many people seem to find some type of sanctuary. Now, we do know there's a whole diaspora situation that has taken place in Colombia, specifically like the coastal, right? However, today, people from the US have built community there, not just in Cartagena, but in Medellin, in Bogota, in, they're very different cities. Colombia is more coastal. Then you have the mountains like Bogota and Medellin. But again, from a cost of living standpoint, safety and community, these places check off the boxes. And there are Black Americans that are thriving there. The cost of living there is insane. And if you find that you're struggling here, financially, some of these places may be a good opportunity to reset. Let's just move on. So we've gone over, let's just move on. The next one is Belize. Now, Belize is another country which is the South America, and offers great opportunity because they are building now. They are trying to attract more and more expats and basically, compete on the level of like a Panama. But it's a smaller city. And so if you're the type of person that always needs something to do, then maybe Belize is not for you. But if you're looking for cost of living, safety, and community, then the Belize may be an option. And they have an easy way for, I won't say easy, but they take away some of the barriers for Americans who want to live a nomadic life, be a digital nomad, or invest in Belize. Next up is the UK. Now, once again, London, the UK is huge. So you have everything from very city areas that are very urban, and then you have very suburban areas. And so depending on what your needs are, once again, include the level, I will include the experts that can help share more insight as to the best places to live based on your needs in the UK. But again, if you're looking for cost of living, safety, and community, and Black Americans who have found a way to thrive, then the UK is someplace that should be on your list for research purposes. And then we're going to the last two. We'll do Thailand. Thailand, I could live there. I could absolutely live in Thailand. And you have, once again, so many options from Bangkok, which offers, Bangkok is truly too busy for me. And I'm a New Yorker. So if you're looking for the busy, 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 always lights, always something to do around the clock, then Bangkok is for you. Chiang Mai was more my speed. I absolutely love Chiang Mai. And I really, really liked Phuket, but I think Chiang Mai, there was something special about Chiang Mai. And cost of living, incredible. I mean, the dollar, I also have another video on TikTok which talks about the dollar to baht comparison, or the dollar to peso comparison. So I'll include that as well. But if you want to make your money stretch, Thailand should be up there at the top of the list. Again, these places, community is important because other than Belize, the UK, and the Netherlands, all of the other countries that I have gone over, English is not the dominant language. Let's get into the last and final. Ghana is also on the list. Now, I only put Ghana, there are multiple countries within the continent where Black Americans are thriving. And I want to do a separate video on that. But Ghana is someplace that, I know of the communities that are out there that are really doing it big and loving it. And so other than Ghana, UK, Belize, you could get some English, the Netherlands, and was that it? Yeah, that's pretty much it where it comes to English speaking countries. So you want community that can help you navigate if you are not fluent in those languages. I mean, Google Translate can only get you so far, especially when it comes to like applying for residency and learning, what the norms and customs are on a day-to-day basis. So again, I'm going to include the links to the channels of the people that I know and believe are doing a great, tremendous job in helping others make that move. And I'll also include links to the TikTok channel, the Black Travel and Culture TikTok channel, where we have covered some of this information. So just to recap, Mexico, Panama, Portugal, the Netherlands, Colombia, Thailand, Belize, UK, and Ghana. And I think I went out of order, but there's no particular order. Those are the top 9 countries that Black Americans are looking at. Where Black Americans are thriving, but also where Black Americans should be looking if interested in an option outside of the US. And I think no matter what your political belief is, no matter what you think is happening in this country, we should always have more than one option. Period, exclamation point. So that's it. That's really it. Like I said, I didn't want to come here for a long time. The technical difficulties in the first video was just too much. So we're going to, end this one now. If you have questions, put them in the comments section. I will get back to them as soon as possible. Go ahead and like this channel. This is the finale for Black Travel and Culture. The next live video that I do will be him with the gems. And so, yeah, so go ahead, check out all of the resources, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.